Welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, this is Beers from Around the World, the reboot, where I'm starting to continue it on, but I'm gonna keep it simple. And we're doing Germany, but we're doing one brewery in Germany, and that's it.
From one town, yeah.
From one town, yeah. And you might even have seen one of these beers. I'll hold them all up, I'll have Drew help me, but I'll show you the first one that you've probably seen before. Yeah, and 4 out of 5 of these beers, 4 out of 5 didn't say, no, 4 out of 5 of these beers are smoked beers.
Yep.
This one we're pretty sure is not. So, Drew, you wanna hold a couple up so we can show them what's...
Yeah, sure. They're all made by Schlenkerla, which is a brewery founded in, it looks like 1405, in the town of Bamberg, which has been around since the 10th century.
And the beer's not from 1405.
No.
It might have been brewed back then, but they've been brewing it fresh for a long time. This has been sitting in my fridge for a little bit, but I'm good with aging this type of beer. And we're looking to do 2 taste testings, and we'll do some more. Yeah, we're gonna do all 5 on this video. We're just not gonna do them
all the same time.
All the exact same time.
Much, yeah.
So the video is gonna seem like we did it all the same time, but we're really not, okay? And I know this is probably the most popular one. I love this one. They even came out with it recently in a 4-pack cans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they also have a Maerzen version
yeah,
in
this
cans.
is their Helles. This is their Oak.
Oh, they can't see it because it's a little out of camera,
right.
but there's the Helles. We're gonna do that one first.
Starting light.
Starting light.
Next one's gonna be the classic, the Oak, that a lot of people know. And then all of these are just traditional Rauchbiers in different styles.
And if you don't know what a Rauchbier is,
it's just a smoked beer.
We love smoked beers, but smoked beers are kind of like cheesecake for desserts.
Yeah.
They're very rich. That smoke is so rich usually that it's very hard on the palate to drink. You can't slam them like something
you gotta sip it.
Yeah, like a light Pilsner is not, it's not. This is a sipping beer. This is something you want to enjoy, kind of like a good whiskey or rye or bourbon. You want to enjoy it.
Yep.
I got my White Labs can opener, or bottle opener, because I was like, oh shit, I don't have anything to open this. I was like, hey, there we go.
All right.
Smells nice.
And
Smells
in real
very...
time, I'm still waiting on my Helles from the Igulu, so this will be nice.
Yeah. He's like, is it done yet? I'm like, no. Nice, light straw color, which I would expect. Okay. I should have poured more, but it's okay. I want to make sure I don't leave them hanging. Also need to kind of make sure it's even because we're going to try to do 2, and I also don't want to send them home, you know.
Yeah, I might have to take a nap.
Yeah. So very, very clear, very light.
Clear, like you said, straw color.
Straw,
nice.
hay. I smell the Pilsner. I mean, Pilsner standing out, Matt. I don't even have to put my nose next to it.
That's good.
It's very light Pilsner smell. Gets a hay straws they describe. I don't know what hop, but it's probably a noble hop in there. Nice, mild acidic bite. A little spice, which most of the time I'm told that these types of beers in Germany, Czech, and other areas surrounding, they like to use very noble hops for things like this where the hops aren't going to stand out, but they usually contribute a hint of spice, a little earthiness. I'm good. I taste spice. I got a little spice, but it's very light. I got the bite from the acidity, which is nice.
I think I'm like psyching myself out here because we just kept talking about the smoked beers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, for some reason it has like this weird, very faint.
I noticed it too.
I don't know if it's the smoke or if it's a copper or what is it, but.
It is almost like it has a very distant smokiness to it. And keep in mind, this is brewed in the same brewery.
As all of these other ones.
On the same equipment.
Yep.
Aged probably in the same equipment. And when I did those 2 smoked double box, oh my gosh, it took almost 6 months to get that smell out of those fermenters.
Yeah.
So,
and if they're doing this regularly, then I would assume.
Yeah, I think we're getting a light smoke actually. The more I drink it, the more I taste it.
I immediately was like, oh.
I noticed it a little bit and I was thinking, well, maybe my brain's tricking me.
I didn't want to say it first, was the thing.
I don't really smell it, but I taste it.
I don't smell it, but you definitely
initially, I think I smelled something, but tasting, I taste it. Okay, if you've never had a smoked beer and you're not sure if a smoked beer is for you, I'm gonna say buy this one first. Buy it first.
You'll get just a hint.
You'll get ever so nice, mild, light hint of smoke. If you decide you buy a smoked beer, like this beautiful baby, and you decide you don't like it after the first couple sips, I'm gonna tell you straight up, dump it into a pot and make chili or a beer cheese. Those are things that people did with my double bock. I did the chili, a local brewery used some of mine to make some smoked cheese for dipping pretzels and stuff. Oh, dude, smoked beer to make stuff like that is great. We prefer to drink it, but I get it, it's rich.
I think
This is a little rich for a Helles.
I was gonna say if you like a normal Helles style, then maybe stick with like a Tuker. But
Yeah.
if you want something that's a little richer flavor-wise, and you get again that hint, that very light hint of smoke, you can go for this.
What is the ABV? I thought it was like 5 something, but
It's got to be low because it's from Europe.
if I had to guess, I'd say it's closer to 6.
Not to say all European beer is going to be low, but 4.3.
Wow. Yeah, it's a much bigger beer than a 4.3.
Yeah.
American 4.3, it'd be like drinking water right now. This has got a nice body to it. It's got a nice flavor. I'd love to know the hops. Probably a Haltar type, but I just don't know which.
Yeah, definitely again, full body. It's not like drinking a light beer here.
No, it's
Or
definitely
it's like
not.
water with grains in it. This is actually an actual beer.
Yeah. It's not pea water. I'm sorry. It's not. It's really good beer. It's like a mature Helles.
Yeah.
It's a mature, instead of a teenager, it's a mature one. Yeah, that was really good. Really freaking good. This is your introduction to this brewery.
For sure.
Great beer. I'm gonna let Drew pick the next one, and while he's deciding which one, I'm gonna rinse our glasses once he finishes that sip, and we'll continue with the next beer. Drum roll. We have decided the next beer.
We're doing the Weizen.
Weizen, and it's W, which is in German pronounced V instead of W. So it's kind of like a,
In a lot of cases, yeah.
yeah, I forget how you
I
pronounce
think there's some way you
Volkswagen,
can
but
pronounce it. But
needless to say, it's
Volkswagen?
Yeah, it's Weizen instead of Weizen, but it's a wheat beer. It's a smoked wheat beer, which we feel will be kind of bringing in the ramp up, you know what I mean?
yeah, I think that's very
It's gonna be
fitting.
smooth, and it's gonna be a step up from what we had, and it's smoked, definitely smoked this time. So the smoke is gonna be a lot more pronounced than just subtle remnants from wherever it was fermented and
Yep.
boiled in. I have not had that much, I'm just weak. Oops, almost shoved it in my nose. The smoke is obvious on this.
I would hope so.
Okay.
I guess next time we'll have to do the Maerzen. That'll probably be appropriate follow.
Maerzen or the Bock? I think the Bock might be not as sweet background.
It probably won't be.
Then the Maerzen,
But if we're gonna go,
oops, I'm sorry.
I feel like from Helles to the Weizen, Maerzen, Bock, and then the Oak. I think that makes the most sense.
I love the oak. I screwed up and,
Wow, yeah. Isn't that fun?
sorry.
Where's my beer?
Okay, so I accidentally poured his a little fast and it got a little
Yeah.
overcarbonated.
Looking like a Guinness in here.
I didn't want him to have tummy gas problems, you know what I'm saying? But very, very dark haze, very dark haze. I would call it a light brown beer with a lot of haze.
Yeah, I'd say so. Kind of amber.
Ooh, and the smoke is, I mean, the smoke is like you put your face just above a campfire after it got put out, maybe an hour ago.
I was gonna say yeah.
Maybe an hour
Been out for a
ago.
little bit.
Yeah. The difference is you used quality wood, and for some reason
Yeah.
you're burning expensive wood because it smells really good.
Maybe you're cooking. I don't know.
That can't be all oak. There's got to be something else going on in
No,
there.
this is the oak one. So whatever they're burning with this, I would assume is something else and not oak.
I'm trying to remember the woods they normally use. There's a couple woods. You got apple wood, cherry wood, oak. Is it Adler? I think it's Adler. I think it's Adler that I'm thinking. In the comments down below,
Well.
let us know what it was used, what smoked wood they used.
If you know, yeah, it doesn't say on the back. But
I think it's called Adler. Is what
Alder?
I think that Alder?
alder?
Alderwood?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's.
I smoke. I haven't
take a
lately
quick
because
break.
we've had
I
a
can look it
problem.
up.
We've had a problem with our smoker, but I used to smoke a lot of different meats, and yeah, it smells like it's a blend of oak and Adler, as you were saying.
Alder.
Alderwood.
Yeah.
I wonder what this is smoked with, though. But yeah, it smells like it's a blend. It doesn't smell like it's oak. I mean, oak is definitely in there, but it's not the main wood. There's another wood going on in there. Hey, let's get to the taste test. That's what everybody cares about. Down in the comments, if you know what it's smoked with,
Please
let me
let us
know.
know, yeah.
Yeah, if you're in Germany and you know what it's smoked with, hell, if you're sitting in the brewery.
Yeah, if you could walk down to the pub for us and just tell us.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go to Europe in the future, and I may have to go to this brewery. This brewery, I saw where it is, and I'm like, yeah, it's not quite.
Then we have to go.
Well, I'm looking where we're going, and I'm thinking, okay, I can go this route.
It's such a cool place, too.
Yeah. That's a lot smoother than this one. I like this one a lot, don't get me wrong. But it is like...
Oh, well, this one is like in-your-face smoke, so...
It's like a rich Hefeweizen with smoke.
Yeah.
It is. I would say Hefeweizen with
Nothing's
smoke.
overpowering.
And if I had to guess on yeast, I think it's a Hefeweizen yeast because I'm getting hints of clove. I can't tell if I get any banana. I think I'm getting hints of clove with the smoke. Probably getting a little spice from some of the hops. Definitely have the wheat. The wheat is just like smooth and letting the flavor just kind of sit on your palate for a long time. Even after you've swallowed, it's just kind of reminiscent.
Not quite banana, but something
There's something else there.
like that.
I have a feeling this is a Hefeweizen with smoked malts. I have some smoked malts. I haven't planned on doing another beer lately. Got a lot of other things coming up, but yeah, I will eventually do some more smoked beers. Debating between doing a hardcore lots of smoke or just a hint. I don't really care for hints. I like it kind of in my face. This one is definitely in your face with smoke. This is, if I had to guess their malt bill, I'd say close to half smoked malt.
Yeah.
It's not subtle.
And we haven't had all of them, of course, so again, I'm going to reiterate. If you've had this one's a lot smokier.
That one's very strong. And this is the first time I've ever
see
had
what
this
those two
one.
are.
It's the first time I've ever had the Helles. And when we have these, it'll be the first time I've ever had these that I recall. I don't think I've ever had them. I know I've had this because I buy this from time to time just to enjoy it and savor it. And it is one of those beers, like I said, it's like a good whiskey, scotch, rye. It's to be savored. It's not one you slam.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take back what we said earlier about the Helles over here. Sure, there's a little bit of smoke flavor to it, very hint, right? But if you're getting into Rauchbier or trying it out, then until we see what these two are, I'd instead start with this. This is going to be more like what you'd expect.
Yeah. And if you're not sure you like smoked beer at all, and you're kind of afraid to, put your foot into the shallow end of the pool, you can start here.
Yeah.
If you like to just dive into the deep end, there. If you take a few sips and you don't like
The
it,
middle of the pool, the
middle of
normal pool. People
If
get
you-
in.
Yeah, I would agree. Deep end's down here. If you don't like it, like I said, cover it up, put it in the fridge. Next day, make yourself some chili. Use that as your water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, smoked chili tastes amazing. And I gave that to some people, and they were like, they thought I smoked the meat. And I'm like, no, it's got smoked beer in it. And they were like, really? It's like, yeah.
Cooking hack.
Okay, we're going to move on to the other three. For you, it's going to be instantaneous. For us, it's going to be a few days.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, on to the next beer. Ta-da, we changed shirts. One video for you, days for us. Which one we're doing next? This one?
Yeah, the Maerzen.
Okay, so we're gonna do the Maerzen. I'm the official bottle opener. And pour. And hey, I even cut my finger since, the last beer.
Oh, fun.
On an air filter. Yeah, figure that one out.
Like for HVAC?
Yes, for an air conditioning system in the house.
Yeah, how did you?
The metal on the other side was so razor sharp, I barely touched it, and it sliced my thumb right open.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was not a good time. Hurt a lot, bled a lot.
That has a nice, like, reddish color to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can really see that.
I have had this before.
The light catches it.
That's how you fix the bubbles. Yeah, it's like very brown with a hue of
Red.
amber red.
Yeah.
Red, very red.
Super red.
Very, very red. He's got the spare phone, so I'm not going to worry about that, but hey. Whew.
Nice and smoky.
Nice and smoky. I'm not going to say it's overpowering. This one hit me right away.
Yeah.
This one I know hits.
It's a little smoother smelling at least.
It smells smoother. I know a little bit about wood and smoking wood. I can only guess it's oak because oak is considered one of the smoothest, but
this one
it
they
could be
label
anything.
oak, so I feel like it's something else.
Yeah, we need to look it up. I do
need to
remember
look it
them mentioning Adler. I want to say it was Adler. I'm pretty sure it was
Alder.
Adler. Alter, that's it.
Alder.
The wood I can't remember how to say. Shockingly,
It's not that sweet.
that's exactly what I was going to say. It's not as sweet as most of your Marzens. It's very subtle.
It's part of why I don't care for Marzens much, but this is a Marzen that I could get behind.
Yeah, and there's some that I will buy a 6-pack, drink 1 or 2, and go, I just can't drink it anymore. It's just too sweet. And this is nice, a subtle. It does have a sweetness, but it's very subtle and very mild.
Mm-hmm. It's like you get a sweetness after the fact. It kind of helps mellow out that smokiness.
Yeah. I would say the smoke and the hint of sweet are nice and complement. They complement each other. If you see me do this, it's because heart's beating funny lately and hands shake more when that happens. I don't want to shake the beer all over my face, you know what I'm saying? Would be entertaining for everybody but me.
It's just a very solid Marzen.
It's a nice Marzen. It's one you would enjoy drinking compared to some you take a sip and go, I bought a whole 6-pack of this?
Yeah. Sometimes they're like drinking desserts and it's a little too much.
Yeah, if you're into that thing, all for you. Everybody's different. Yeah, you've probably heard us say it before. We like it dry. Dry is always better. A little hint is nice, but don't bring us the dessert beer. We're going to be like, oh God, please make it stop.
Yeah. I would honestly say, out of the smokiness, least, obviously. It's not meant to be.
It's almost like it was a sidebar.
Yeah, it's not intended to be smoky, but it catches some, right? This one, then this one, which is the original. So far. We'll see how this Urbock turns out.
Okay, you missed it. I went and rinsed the bottle, dropped it,
Yeah.
and it didn't crack, didn't break, nothing. Yeah, so these bottles are almost indestructible. Urbock. And yeah, very dark. I see some red.
We'll see how it pours.
Might be an Irish thing. Maybe it's just blood pudding in there, you know? Who knows?
Ew. Yeah.
Who knows? Looks very light brown.
Oh. It's got a hint of the amber in it. Yeah.
Very frothy. Try not to dish it this time since last time the hell?
It was a nice pour, and then it just doubled up on
And it
us.
just doubled up like, hey, let's add some more foam in here. And then mine doesn't do it. And I actually poured it right over the top like, hey, let's see if I can foam it up a little. So yeah, doesn't always like the same glass the same way. I'm gonna say it's got red in it too.
Yeah, it's still red.
It's a little darker to see.
very dark,
A
though.
hint darker.
It's a little,
But definitely if you're looking at different angles though, you see a lot of brown.
a little hazy. Got some yeast in there or something. I don't know.
I don't see much of that in mine. Maybe that's why yours foamed up.
Could be, yeah. Towards the end of that pour.
Okay, I noticed something right away.
I kind of have to like try for the smoky smell.
It's very light.
Yeah.
It's very light. Not as light as that. That's kind of like it happened to be in the room while it was other things were going on with the smoke.
Yeah.
It's very, very light. And I want to say I'm getting caramels or toffee smells with that.
Just making sure it wasn't another one that was like, oh, we didn't smoke this one.
No,
It's smoked.
It's smoked. It's just very light. Okay, I think Drew said before, if you want to try a smoked beer without trying a smoked beer, start here. And if you really, want to go a little deeper in the water, definitely number 2.
Oh, wow, yeah. Just took a sip.
I haven't taken a sip yet.
Yeah, this is the starter for getting the smoked beer. Then you go to Maerzen, then you can go to the original.
It's got a nice mild bite, not that real citric bite, but just a nice mild bite. A lot more than the Maerzen did, but a nice mild bite. It's smooth. It's very complex. I'm having problems picking the flavors out. I want to say I taste chocolate and caramel.
I can see the chocolate. Yeah. It's very, very smooth. Compared to the Maerzen?
It's very complex, but very, very smooth. Yeah, I'm getting chocolate. Definitely getting chocolate. It's very nice. It's very mild. It's not in your face.
Yeah.
And I've got caramel more so on the nose than on the tongue, I think, but I taste it.
It is very chocolatey, even when you let it sit for a
Yeah,
little bit.
I'm getting lots of chocolate. That's nice. I like chocolate. I don't like sweet chocolate. I like dark chocolate. So. And this would be right in the middle. I'm not going to say this is milk or dark. It's right in the middle.
I think you could put it under dark.
A mild dark.
Yeah,
I do like 97%. So. I think it starts at like
That's
80
just like
something.
cacao nibs, then.
I think it's like 80 something when it's dark. So yeah, this probably might be sporting a high 80s, low 90s. I like this. I like this a lot. I don't remember this. Obviously, maybe I didn't have it. I thought I did. That's very nice.
I like it more than the Maerzen.
I definitely like it more than a Maerzen. If I had a choice, I'd pick it over the Maerzen.
I still like these two the most. Just the Weizen and then the Helles.
I think I would pick this over the wheat. The wheat's very smooth, but I think I'd pick it over the wheat. And quite honest, unless I was looking for something lighter, I'd pick it over the Helles too. Now, if I want it lighter, I'd go Helles.
That's fair.
And what is the ABV on this bad boy?
More of a dark beer
Yes.
enjoyer than I am. So.
Yeah, he doesn't care for him as much. He doesn't like the roast.
There's not really any roast in this.
Yeah, if there's roast, it's extremely subtle because I really am not noticing much of it, if any. Like, not enough to say I definitely notice it, you know what I mean? 6.5, and I think the Helles
Of all
was
the
around
beers
5.
that I've been told are chocolatey, this one actually is chocolatey to me.
Instead of surprise, coffee.
Yeah.
This is 4.3, so yeah, it's a significant difference. 6.5. So if you want something light with a hint of background smoke, there you go. If you want a nice, smooth, super mild, smoky beer, done.
This is starting to feel like a dessert beer.
I'm getting it to where it's a sipping beer, even though the ABV is a little lower. I would say too, if you've heard me talk about the double bock I made over a year, maybe 2 years now, a really good rich smoked beer tastes amazing. If you're not gonna drink it, use it to cook chili or do a beer cheese. I wouldn't do that with this.
No.
The chocolate and then the smoke being much more mild, it's not gonna stand out the way you want it to. Now, if you want to cook some sort of a beef and you want it a nice dark brown sauce, a little bit of that might be nice because it's gonna add a hint of chocolate and it's gonna add things that are gonna give it a richness.
Just wouldn't add too much.
I wouldn't add too much. Depending upon how much meat you have there, but yeah. Wow. I'm enjoying this a lot more than the Maerzen. Maerzen was nice, but this is a lot better. He ate food here a minute ago fast, so he's probably full.
It is very good.
Yeah. Made him pesto chicken and made myself a French onion chicken, which was weird because I had to give the wife the cheese. Me and cheese are not friends, but the potatoes were nice. Okay, it's it. We're on to the final beer. I know it seems like it all happened right away.
But it's been a few days for us.
Yes. And I'll let you do the pronunciation since I can't pronounce crap. Hell, I'm not even good at the English language.
This is the Schlenkerla Aecht Schlenkerla. Oh, I don't remember what the last word is.
Oak.
It means oak,
smoked
though.
Double bock.
But Aecht
Those are the
Schlenkerla
parts I can read.
oak, whatever the last word is, oak.
Yeah. I've got the White Labs bottle opener.
But yeah, double bock, oak smoke. So different wood, presumably, than these guys over here.
I mean, come on. You got a double bock with smoke. It's like you get the best of both worlds. You can't go wrong. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We just had two little bits of lighter beer because we know how this is not.
And like we talked about before, this is definitely like the top of the line here when you're going towards smoky flavors.
Oh, it's the smokiest beer I know. Yeah, we had a
This
little.
is the standard for like.
We had a little wee heavy before this, but we only had a little bit. It was 8%. I forgot about that on the wee heavy.
Yeah,
Didn't taste like
it was
8%.
It was fine.
Didn't taste
It
like
really
8%.
didn't actually.
I think I
I
got
would
a little bit of
almost
yeast.
line it up more with like the Urbock that we had.
Yeah. There you go. Light brown,
As always, nice and clear.
hint
from
of
the-
red, but light brown with a hint of red.
Yeah.
Or orange copper. Maybe copper.
Very coppery.
Very copper.
And that super strong, like deep smoke smell.
Deep, rich smoke. Now, I will tell you, if the smoke is a little overpowering, let's give it a minute. It'll air out a little bit. It'll reduce it a little.
I mean, if you've ever used a smoker, it's just that.
Yeah, it's like putting your head in the smoker, but
Yeah.
enjoying some beer at the same time.
Doesn't cook you.
That too. And it's not at 220.
It's just so nice. I'm already. Oh yeah. I hope not. It'd be pretty nasty.
I don't know how to explain it, but subtle, rich
It smells-
coffee and caramel flavors that just kind of linger for a second
Yeah.
along the tongue. Very mild because
And the smoke is not like in your face flavor wise. It's just the smell is in your face.
Yeah, but you get,
So it's very
I
nice.
I get that campfire taste
Yeah.
mixed in a good way. It's borderline too much. Borderline. Keep in mind, when I brewed the double box, I did almost all smoked malt, so I was pretty heavy too. I told you before that if you don't care for the smoked beer, it's great to make smoked beer cheese or chili. It would be like criminal to use this for it. Use
But
one
it
of the
would
other
taste
ones.
so good.
It would, but it would be criminal. Yeah, this is like, this is the champagne of smoked beers, as
Yeah.
people say. You know, they like
I
to
would agree
say
with
that.
that.
I hate champagne, but I get the saying.
I mean, they've been doing it a very long time, so I'd hope they'd mastered it by now. You know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Me and Drew were talking, and eventually we're going to get over to Europe, and we're thinking we might need to
wanna
take a
check out
little
Bamberg.
sidetrack and go here.
It's just the flavor is very nice. The smoke is nice. It's not in your face, like I said. I would agree with you. It's kind of got that campfire taste in a good way, like marketing buzz way, you know.
Yeah, and if anybody who's watching this video that's ever worked in a restaurant where they do a lot of frying, you go home and you smell like oil, like fried oil. I'm wondering if the brewmasters
I bet
go
they
home,
do. Yeah,
go
smell
home
like
and,
smoke.
Yeah, and they're like, you smell like a campfire. Go outside, take your clothes off, come in and get a shower immediately, or I will hose you off.
I would bet money they have to do that. Yeah.
I would think they would come home smelling like smoke. Not a cigarette, but like campfire smoke.
Yeah.
Like they literally put their clothes over a campfire smoke and sent smoke signals for hours and then put them on and wore them around.
It has a nice subtle sweetness, like you're saying, where it's not in your face or anything. It's just a good sipping beer.
You know. Now, if you ever go there, you'll know who the brewmaster is because you just go, yep, it's you.
Assuming the whole pub doesn't smell like smoke. So.
Good point, but he or she should probably, I'm guessing he would probably smell a great deal stronger than the rest. Yeah. Okay, we don't want to make this video go a million times longer than it has to, but we're going to sit back and enjoy this.
Thank you very
Cheers.
much.
Show us a little love. Appreciate you.
And check out some Schlenkerla.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. And if you want just a hint, like we said, it's like it just happened to be
It just is
standing
in the same room.
Yeah, it was
that's
in
all.
the same room, and it caught a little woof of the smell.
Very nice Helles, especially if you don't have something like a Tucker available to you.
Yeah.
And you have this.
The Weizen, probably the smoothest of the smokes, but this is like the champagne.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Cheers.